Hi, today we're going to make an apron out of a tea towel. So come along and I'll show you how I do it. So I'm not an expert seamstress or anything like that. In fact, I just barely know how to use my sewing machine. But I'm going to take an existing apron that I have and I'm just tracing a simple little cuts. This is going to be the easiest apron you've ever seen in your whole life. What I'm going to do, I've got my existing apron. It's just kind of one of those V-shaped aprons. I'm just going to kind of trace a pattern along the top of my apron, and then I'm going to trace along the arms of it. And then all I'm going to do is cut the sides, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave the top part right here, this 1.5 inches available, because I'm going to turn that under. So all I'm going to do is go along this little edge here, and this is kind of an oversized tea towel, so I think it's just going to work out perfect. So I'm just going to cut. And I'm going to go along the other side, and I'm just going to cut. Now the other thing I'm going to do, just so I can make this a little easier on myself, it's already got a nice edge at the top, so all I'm going to do is fold it down on the line, and then I'm going to sew that. So all I've done here is just fold down the edge, and I'm just going to sew along this line and just make a nice straight edge. So after I get done sewing a little edge on the very top of my apron, I'm going to take the arms, and all I'm going to do is press them 1/4 inch just right along the edge here. I just want to make it a little bit easier when I'm going through the sewing motion. So I'm just going to press these. Now this one, I'm not making an adjustable apron or anything like that. All I'm going to do is just sew some little ties on to the top and the bottom. It's going to be really easy. So I've got my little 1/4 inch sewn. All I'm going to do is do one more. So this one's going to be just a little bit bigger than 1/4 inch. I just want to have this go along the side here. Like I said, I'm not a seamstress, so this is really very, very rudimentary sewing. And I'm going to do the same thing here, just 1/4 inch, just a little bitty seam here, just so that I don't have a rough edge after I sew it. Like so. This is really easy stuff. Actually, the sewing machine, I think, does most of the work for you along with the iron. And then a little bit bigger one when we do this side. So I'm just going to go along the edge here, just pull this 1/4 inch down. And as you can see, I've got this nice little edge that'll be real easy to follow on the sewing machine. And you can get an idea of how it's going to look. So let me go ahead and stitch this, and I'll show you the next step. Now I happen to have one little piece of flexible canvas. I'm going to go ahead and sew this behind the top of my apron, like so. And I'm just going to sew a little square with an X in the middle of it. And that's going to keep that nice and sturdy when I've got that on me. All I did was measure the one on my other apron, so I knew exactly how long to make it. So this is the neck to my little apron that I just sewed on. So another thing I found that works really good to make these ties for aprons is canvas bags. So if you have any old canvas bags that you're not using, these actually work really good. They're super strong, and they hold up really well. So all I'm doing is sewing an edge down the middle. I'm basically bringing the fabric in on both sides. That's all I'm doing. So this is my apron. It's all done. I made this out of a tea towel. I think it came out really cute. So thanks for joining me today. Give it a try. Like I said, I'm not a seamstress. I think I took one sewing class back in high school and I wasn't very good then. But I think to do pillows and aprons and simple stuff like that, everybody can really do it. If you've got a sewing machine and a seam ripper, you're in good shape. So thanks for joining me and have a great day. Bye-bye.